power of your Spirit to shine your light in the way we live. Send us out in the power of your Spirit. As we've received, may we freely give. Send us out, send us out, send us out for your glory. Let all we do be praise to you. Send us out for your glory.
Well, thank you for joining us again this week. Start off with a question. I wonder if you can imagine someone who's had a big lottery win, say £15 million. We'll call him Fred. It arrives in his bank account and it just sits there, £15 million sitting there in his account. He remains in his rented flat, paying money to his landlord. He continues to drive his 10-year-old car, continues to pay his monthly interest payments on his credit card bill. His best friend desperately needs some private medical treatment, but the money still sits there. His brother-in-law is a financial advisor and he tries to help him think about wise investments. They meet, they plan, but the money stays there. The local homeless hostel where he volunteers one night a week faces closure unless they can find £50,000 in the next week, but the money stays in his account. It's impossible to imagine such a situation, isn't it? What kind of man is Fred? He's sitting on all that potential for himself, his loved ones, the things he cares about, but does nothing with it. It makes no difference to his life. This week we're going to be thinking about part of one of Paul's letters, his letters to the Romans. Paul spends the first 11 chapters of the book of Romans telling the Roman Christians about God's grace, God's mercy, God's salvation. He spends 11 chapters excitedly going on and on about what God has amazingly done for them. God's free gift of life, undeserved, unmerited, but given because of his great love for them. Basically, Paul has spent chapter after chapter revealing how rich the Roman Christians are, how much God has done for them. Well, we're going to spend this week on chapter 12. And Paul starts this chapter, therefore. So what Paul is saying really, look, in the light of all I've been saying in the opening 11 chapters, this is how you should respond. Therefore, do this. We're going to read the opening verses, first of all from the NIV version of the Bible, and then the Message. NIV, chapter 12. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing and perfect will. And then we're going to read the Message version. So here's what I want you to do, God helping you. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for him. Salvation and mercy is not just about us being saved, having a place in eternity with God. For Paul, it's a truth, a reality that demands a response. In fact, if our lives look no different, Paul would question whether we've really grasped, whether we really belong to Jesus, whether we've really understood all that God has done for us through Christ. So Paul says, look, in view of what God has done for you, let it show in your life. Let it show in your bodies, in what you do, what you say, and what you think, how you live your lives. So just like it's unthinkable for Fred, our imaginary millionaire, to sit on his fortune and for that fortune not to make a difference in his life and the life of those around him, so for Paul, it's unthinkable for a Christian, in the light of the riches gained through Jesus, for that not to make a difference in our lives. and the lives of those around us. Chapter 12 unpacks what Paul thinks the differences should be. How we should live in the light of the mercy and grace of God. So we're going to spend the next 4 days dipping into what he says. So just leave us with that question. Are you and I like Fred, sitting on an abundance of riches but making no difference to our daily lives? Let's open ourselves up to this challenge this week that comes from Paul. In view of God's mercy, may we offer ourselves as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. May God bless us as we look at this together. Amen.
Let all we do be praise to you. Send us out for your glory. We're laying down our lives and living sacrifice. We're living for your glory and your praise. We're taking up our cross. We've counted up the cost. We're living for your glory and your praise. Send us out, send us out, send us out for your glory. Let all we do be praise to you. Send us out for your glory. Send us out, send us out, send us out for your